Hi everybody, Remy Rex here and welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we are filming a Marvel Future Revolution video. I did a video not so long ago about my top 7 things that kind of need to change in the game and things like that, and I talked about Spec Ops and doing a new Spec Ops and a new Spec Ops, and I said I'd have another video coming later. I will link that video at the end if anybody does want to go back and watch it. But what I wanted to do in this video was talk a little bit more in detail about the new Spec Ops and how we can change. And basically I've worked with my editor who also plays this game probably a little bit more competitively and enjoyably than I do, and we've come up with 3 new Spec Ops that they could add, so you'd have one for each area. So we've got Going Dark, New Revolution and Midgardian Might. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down each one with kind of my ideas and things like that. As always, please do let me know your thoughts and comments down below if you do enjoy these types of videos. If you like what you're doing, or if you have any other ideas of your own as well, I'm always engaging with people down in my comments, so do have a chat with me down there. But we will start off with the first one, so going dark. So this would be based on Dark Domain, and kind of the tagline is infiltrate the Dark Domain to save Fury. So we're going to be looking at saving Nick Fury. So this one's a bit like of a spy one, if you think of it like that. So you've got to infiltrate the secret facility, avoid patrols, or you lose points. So what it will be like is guards will be walking around, and they'll have like a particular area of their sight. So some of you might know it from other games where you have to wait for them to look the other way to go past and things like that. And then once you do that, you go past. If you don't and you get caught, then you lose points or you fail. So I'm really trying to take away the kind of the autoable not pay attention factor from these. Once you get through that bit, you open the portal to the Dark Domain. You have to defeat some minions. So again, there's a bit of a battle element there to defeat some minions, do some fighting, and do that before the timer runs out. And then what you do is you'd sneak round to Hela and defeat Hela as your kind of mob boss prime target at the end, and then that would save you Fury. So it just kind of adds a little something different. You have to actually pay attention to start off with, making sure you get past those patrols, make sure you stay alive whilst you're defeating some of the minions, and then again sneak round onto Hela as well. So that's what I have for the Dark Domain, which I feel like could be quite a good idea. Moving on to Stark City, so New Revolution. Stop the Ultron takeover in the time limit. So again, this will be more of a full-on kind of fighting one. So a bit like Hydra, rescue civilians from Ultron Jones. Not as many though, and not having to do it twice. Once is enough. And then you get kind of a swarm of endless Ultron bots just coming at you. So again, that kind of constant battle, because that is mostly what this game does have. And then you have to go around and disable the pylons. So in some of the green challenges, you have to go around and click and go. You have to do those. So disable those again. You can't auto it. You have to fly around and get those. And that stops Ultron escaping. And then again, to finish with, you battle Ultron as your big baddie at the end. So again, this one's a bit more of a fighting one, but again, you do have to play that area in the middle where you have to disable those pylons and kind of work together. Everyone go to a different pylon things for that one. So that's the Stark City one. And then finally, Midgardian Might. So this one would be for Midgardia, and again, you battle against the advancing troll army. So that's kind of your tagline. You lead a battalion into battle against the trolls. So the idea is that you would have a group of soldiers with you, and as you battle the trolls, the more trolls you kill and the more soldiers you keep alive, the more points you get. So again, there's that incentive to actually want to play it rather than to auto it, so you are keeping you're keeping everybody alive, and you want to keep your soldiers alive. You then need to defend the Bifrost Bridge, so that will come in, and you'll have to defend that from some enemies and stop the trolls from getting through there. And then your big baddie at the end would be Ulick as well, that you would then defeat at the end. And the idea is that these 3 challenges, you'd have one each day, so on top of the 3 that you already have, plus then we could have one obviously random one on a Sunday like they do, absolutely fine. Or maybe give us a day off on a Sunday and we don't have to do one. Something like that would be pretty cool. And then each one would be tied to, like specialist costumes from their areas. So from Midgardia you could get a Midgardia costume drop and things. And I think that would just kind of really help. I mean, why isn't there one for every section anyway? Why haven't we had any more? I've talked about this in my other video, but I think that would be a really cool way to make people, I would actually play them every day, and it would just eliminate that autoable not paying attention combat. How many times have you got into a Sakar survival and somebody's died like 4 times and you have to revive them, but you fail? The amount of times I fail Sakar survival because everybody I'm with dies, because you can just tell they're not paying attention. Or in Hydra, you don't get all the civilians in time because somebody's not running around and they've just left it there on auto. So I definitely think this, give us content that we actually have to play and that we can't, just auto or leave unattended. So by tying it to like points, so here, the more soldiers you keep alive, the more points you get. That's gonna make you want to do it, because then the more points you get, the better the rankings will be, the higher chance you'll get of getting your costume piece that you want. Just things like that will really help. So that's kind of my suggestions there for those 3. So do let me know your thoughts and comments down below what you think of those, if you think they'd be quite cool additions, if you have any other ideas on kind of how we could add more Spec Ops or different Spec Ops, different maps to the game. I'd be really intrigued to hear your thoughts, and I will see you all in another video very soon.